christiangeekcentral.com.
All right, buckle up. This car has a spoiler. I just got out of watching Ad Astra, which I believe is Latin for To the Stars, according to the introductory credits of the movie. And that was a really enjoyable movie. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying out a... sorry, gotta focus on driving too. Trying out a new anchor that my wife bought for both of our cars so that we can have our phones anchored and I don't have to worry about holding it at the same time that I'm trying to drive. I don't know how well it's going to work. The sun is kind of behind me right now, so I'm not real thrilled with the angle, but might just have to be how it is. Anyway, okay, so let's jump right into spoilers on this one. So he finds his dad, and his dad had definitely kind of gone off the deep end. I was wondering kind of what direction they were going to take that in. It ended up not being a commentary on religious people or anything like that. I mean, if anything, I felt like the dark path he went down went astray from his religious convictions that he apparently had, his belief in God that he apparently had. And so, boy, that glare of the sun is just really terrible, isn't it? I don't know how to make that better. I'm going to have to workshop that a little bit or something. Man, you can't see me at all. Ugh, I don't like that. Anyway, bear with me. At least you can still hear me. Because, you know, at the end, you know, in the first journal that we saw of him, video journal that we saw of him, he was talking about feeling close to God, being, you know, that far out in space and stuff. And then when he was having this conversation with his son at the end, he was talking about how the fates had not allowed him to, you know, have a partner that he could, you know, really do the work with that he wanted to do. So, sorry, navigating a left turn there. This is still tricky, even not holding the camera. Oh, lighting's better now. Okay. So yeah, it didn't seem to really have a, you know, any kind of negative commentary against theism, which I appreciated. But it was still there. It was still definitely there. You know, as when the captain of that crew died in that Mayday mission that they explored, you know, the rest of the crew really seemed to be all theists, and at least were not opposed to partaking in some kind of a religious ceremony, kind of seeing him off, you know. So it was interesting, you know. I just wonder what role theism or Christianity, maybe specifically, has in the life of the writer or the writers of the script. But I thought that the themes were really powerful, and I'll talk about that, I'm sure, in my review. It was maybe just a little bit on the nose for me in dealing with kind of like father-son type dynamics, you know, where the father was like, you gotta, you know, let go of me, son, unhook me, son, let me go, in that final scene, you know, where he's letting his dad go. You know, I didn't quite catch in the moment when it happened if the son really did let go, or if that was Tommy Lee Jones that was ultimately successful in getting himself unhooked, or if that was the son honoring his wishes. I'm thinking it was the son honoring his wishes, because in the moment that Tommy Lee Jones, you know, was set free, Brad Pitt's character was not like, no, like that was something that he didn't, you know, allow to happen. So, but that, you know, that for some reason took me out of the movie for just a minute or so, because it seemed, you know, a little bit on the nose. But other than that, I thought that, you know, the device worked really well to have to have the plot structure that they did of him going to find his father and reconcile the memories he has of his father with the reality of his father and stuff. All of that I felt like really worked pretty well. with the metaphors without being overstated. So, gosh, I'm not sure what else to say except to maybe comment on the themes. In his last moments there, he talked about how he's ready for his solitude to end. He had got popcorn stuck in my teeth. He had gone on a journey tracing similar ground as his father in, kind of making choices that not only alienated him from others, but really hurt others, as he was heading out into space to find his dad. So he went on a similar path, but then ultimately made the choice to not follow in his father's footsteps, in terms of his isolation from other people and his hurting other people, but instead chose to return to people and to actually embrace relationships in his life more than he ever had before. And so, gosh, I mean, this is just a movie for it's a movie for geeks, yeah. I don't think, as far as spoilers go, I have anything else to really say. There was lots of things that could almost be called spoiler points throughout the whole movie, because the whole movie is kind of like a slow revelation of, what happened with his dad out in space, as he's learning more and more about, his dad over the course of the movie. Yeah. All right. I don't think I have anything more to say, but I really, really enjoyed this one. I think it has really valuable themes. I think it was, it really, it didn't move me to tears ever, but it certainly engaged me emotionally and thematically as I processed, the themes that I think it intended me to process, in addition to enjoying the sci-fi aspects, which, had some problems here and there. What's the deal with, didn't seem to, there was scientific things that seemed really glossed over and in some cases ignored. But anyway, I'll maybe get into that in my review. But that's all I have to say for now. And man, I really regret that this image is not this camera. I'm gonna have to rethink this. I don't know if this will be the best solution or not. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We've got a ton going on here at Spirit Blade Productions and Christian Geek Central, including our in-depth Bible study for geeks, movie, game, and other entertainment reviews or commentary, live streams, Christian geek news, original audio dramas, and tons more. And on top of all that, you can become a Spirit Blade insider with an influential voice and get access to exclusive content and rewards. It's your involvement as a patron that will keep all of this going and growing. So I want to thank you for your consideration in that. For more information, please check out our Patreon page through the link below at patreon.com/spiritbladeproductions. Thanks for listening.